only one of us should have audio.
Yeah.
Happy December.
Welcome, everyone.
Thanks, Michael.
Oh yeah, did we want to do the feature flag?
Yeah. You want me to do that?
I can do it.
Well, what do you think? Should we get started?
Yeah. Yeah, we can get started.
Awesome. Hey guys, welcome to December office hours. I'm happy to see you all here. Yeah, and you know that there's also a weekly webinar with Bernard to go over new features and stuff like that as well. My name is Josiah, and you're Eli, and we are the co-founders of Marky. And yeah, so we do this once a month to just kind of connect with our customers and show some face as well. And then we also have the weekly check-in. So yeah, anything you wanted to add on the intro?
No, thanks for joining. Yeah, if you're new to Marky, Bernard does an overall product demo just for general getting started, but this is the meeting where we go over new updates and announce new features that we're working on, things like that. So thank you everyone for joining, and we'll just jump. So to get, I'm going to show you a little bit about our new design templates feature. This is something we released a couple weeks ago. I don't know if many people are aware of it yet. Real video yet, but we'll kind of give you a general rundown of what you can do with that feature. AI image gen type stuff second, but we'll start off with templates.
Yeah, templates were the most requested feature of this year, basically. So excited to get them out before the end of the year.
Yeah, for sure. So I'm sharing my screen here. So I'm in Marky here, and this is just our own account. You can now in the design, you can add your own themes. So obviously the previous way of selecting themes, you can still do that. So you can select themes, but then you can also go into the template editor. And so this is a feature that is for plans growth and above. So just not our lowest plan, the solo plan, but anything higher has this template editor feature at the moment. And in here, you can find you'll have your own library. So you might have noticed this is in a new template editor type interface we have here. And in here, I can have my own themes. I can create new themes and, my Marky brand theme.
Quick question. Are we breaking up for people? I'm getting notification that our network is a little slow. Just give a little thumbs up or hand raise if we're good to go. Okay. Yes, as in we are breaking up. Okay. So maybe we should just go on one computer.
Yeah, do you want to turn off there?
Yeah.
All right. All right, we'll try just this. So we're here in a new theme. You can create a template, and this is a new template. And here you can add types. You can add a header, you can add body text, and this is a template. So this is what Marky uses to generate designs. This is kind of the underlying logic around Marky. So in here, you can add your own like design elements, and you can customize your own template. So I can make like, if I just want some body text and this here, and a header, and then you can also add like themes, images. I can add a placeholder image, so this will get automatically filled by Marky when it goes to generate. And so I can do placeholder, I can fit it to the page, and then I can send it to the back like that. Maybe we'll just delete that. We'll make this, we'll use a Marky, yeah, we'll do like that. So now this is a template. Marky, when it goes to generate, you can use your own theme, use your own templates. Marky will fill this in with your brand colors, with your imagery, things like that when it goes to generate. And I can save this template.
Question before you do that.
Yeah.
What does that mean, the lock for the color?
I'll get back into the more specific details in a second. So I can save this into my own brand, and now I have this template here. I can click it and preview that template, and now I can go and generate with that template. Now there's a bunch of other more advanced features that you can do as you're using this feature. So first off, you can see what this looks like with different palettes. This only has these two design elements, so you can kind of see how it's going to get filled with color. If there's something that you don't want the color to change, you can also do that. So you can lock a color. So I could lock this background to be this white, and now that color will never be a different color. It won't be purple or anything like that. So I can kind of change the color of other elements, but this background element won't change color. There's also some other things, like you can add your logo in here, choose where you want your logo to be, and then that will be filled with your logo. Same with the avatar. And then there's also other kinds of text options. So not only is there a header body, you can add where you want your call to action to be. You can add your name, your business name. You can also add prompts. So for the more advanced users that like working with the AI, you can add a prompt here. And then in these parentheses, say exactly what you want the AI and how you want it to write a certain theme. We use this often for memes. So when you have a meme with a certain joke, we'll kind of tell the AI how to write that meme. And then when the AI goes to create that post with this design, it's going to use this prompt. So you can also do like locked text. That basically means that this text isn't going to change when it gets generated. So we often use this for, if we want a page number on a carousel and you don't want the AI to autofill that property, you can use a locked text. And you can also just change what type of text. You can look at that. You can change what type of text that thing is using this dropdown.
So can I point out a couple things on that?
Yeah.
So the header and body is just for kind of generic. It'll be passed to AI basically with a prompt. This is the header, this is the body. And then the prompt field is a little bit more for customizing. If you don't just kind of want generic like header and body there, you always want a certain kind of, field placed there. I think memes are a great example. You have like someone saying something, so you give a prompt to the AI, like this is what they're saying. And then, CTA, business name, and tagline get filled in directly from those fields in your business setup.
Yeah. And one other note, I suggest kind of sticking with header body. You can do lock text or prompt text. How Marky works is it usually finds the topic before it goes into generating a template. And so it'll kind of figure out what it's going to be making this post about. It'll create the caption of the post, and then it will find a design and then use that context to fill in the design. So that's kind of some information as you're working on this to help frame it.
Yeah. An example of a lock text might be where we kind of use it is like.
I said that.
Oh, you said that. Okay. And
For
then
numbers, yeah.
yeah, numbers.
Yep. Cool. So any questions on that feature so far?
While you're reading that, a lot of people have wanted, templates that are kind of more customized for different platforms, like maybe TikTok templates that are 16:9 or Instagram templates that are 4:3. Do you want to show them how they can create templates of various sizes?
Yeah. Just a, okay. I'll come back to that one question. So you can also there's a few other ways that you can work with this. Oh, maybe I'm not in the right account or something. Let's see.
You're in your system account.
Oh, that's the wrong. Okay. Close that. So in here you can. Oh, what did you want me to show?
Templates of different sizes.
Oh yeah, so you can in here, I know a lot of users have requested to be able to generate at a specific size, and we actually did add that in settings here. In resize settings, you can resize the design on generating, so it'll reset size the default post to be a specific size. But there's also a way you can do that with templates. So in templates, when I design my template, like this one, I can change the size of this to whatever size I want. Maybe I want an Instagram story, and then I can size this specifically, or I can, create this design specifically for this format. We'll look at that. But yeah, you can size it. You can make it for a specific format, and then save that, and then Marky will generate posts in that format. And then the other thing we'll mention is as you're working and you're designing your posts, if you create a post that you're like, oh, I like this design of this post. Let's see. So yeah, as you're working on this posts, I'd say the best way is to just work in the template editor if you're going to be working on something that you're like, I know I want this as a template. But if you find yourself, in here editing stuff, or maybe you created a template and generated some posts with it, and then you're editing that on this post that it generated, you can save, you can go, there's an open template. So if you generated it from a template, you should be able to go to that template that was the source and then edit that template. So it's an easier way to go there. And then you can also save as a template. So if you have your own design that you've been working with that you really like, you can save that as a template. Maybe make a few adjustments however you want, and then now you can use that for future posts.
So something I kind of want to show on that. So Tony here has been asking for the better part of this year to make logos larger, and it's one of those things, sounds a little bit simpler than it is because different people want different things. But if you always want your logo to be this big, you can just make it bigger and then just save this as a template. So now
Thank you.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, that's another great, if you want, some minor adjustments to a theme, one other thing that you can use this for is you can duplicate any theme in Marky's themes. So yeah, if you use one a lot, but you're like, oh, there's these certain designs that I really don't like, or I want to change how this one works or something, you can duplicate any of these to your library. And then in your library, you can go into it. And now you have edit access to all those designs. So you can remove the designs you don't like. You can change the logo size on them. You can kind of make all the edits you want to do on that theme. And then, just have those for all future generated posts. And then you just use your own custom one instead of the general public theme. So.
Yeah, and then for organizations that have many workspaces, can you show them what options they have for that?
So you can change visibility. So you can make it visible by the entire organization. So that means all your workspaces in all your businesses in your account can have access to that same theme. If you made this visible to the organization, if you go into a different business, you'll see it pop up under these like public themes here. So that's really nice if you just want to work on it in one place and then be able to access that everywhere else. you can do that now by making that visible.
Yeah, and just to be kind of to explain this, so the owner of the workspace is the only one that can ever edit it. So maybe you have like an admin workspace that you're creating these templates in, or if you're in a marketing agency, you might have a workspace for your agency. So then you make it visible to your organization, but they won't be able to edit it. Only the workspace that creates it can edit it. There's one other thing. If you don't want to share it to all the users in your workspace, you can also duplicate it to specific workspaces. And we're rolling this out more generally. Let's see, do we have that, or did we just change it to org visibility?
Yeah, we may roll that out
Okay.
soon. Yeah,
Then never mind.
We haven't built that yet.
Okay. Org visibility.
Cool. Before we move on, do we have any questions about templates? Let's see. Best practices. I'd say just start using it, kind of get a feel for it. You can look at the ones we've created, and you can look at your favorite themes and duplicate those, and then kind of dig into how they're built for reference on how we like to build our templates. But we try to make it as easy as possible for anyone to kind of build their own. I will say you have an option to set a character count for each text field. So that's really helpful to kind of, if you want a short title or a long title or short body or long, you can kind of control how much text that post is going to have by setting that character count. So that's really helpful. And then you also can obviously set fonts and things like that. If you do set fonts on your themes, just know that you have your font on your business brand settings. So if you have that overridden, that's going to override any fonts that you set within your themes. Here, yeah, we can show that. Let's see. So here, yeah, if you have fonts set here, we always use these fonts when generating. If you choose default theme font, then it's going to use the font that you set on the theme. So something to know as you're
Can you show them where to set that theme font?
Well, that's just any text you set the font just like the normal way you set the font.
Okay.
Yeah. Cool. Let's see. Yeah, we'll come back to Bruno's at the end, I guess. All right. Any final notes you want to mention on that before we move on?
Curious if you can post in the chat. Just post you've tried it or haven't tried it yet. I'm curious how many people have tried it so far.
Yeah, this should hopefully solve a lot of issues. If you have any issues with designs, you should be able to solve it with this feature. So yeah, if you want more image posts or more simple posts that, simple designs, you can do that. If you want designs with less text, you can do that. If you want designs with bigger logo, smaller logo in a different spot, you can do that. So anything that's design related with your posts, this should be a way that you can kind of fix those issues and make it exactly how you want.
And I think we've talked for a while. It's always been the vision of Marky that it can, over time, it's going to become more and more customizable and extensible to where agencies that have particular value in particular niches, like say you only serve pizza restaurants, you're going to be able to make templates for pizza restaurants way better than we can, because we're always trying to think about how could this template be used by every industry out there. And so by kind of that limitation, we are not able to create, travel templates and pizza templates and everything like that. But as agencies, if you are an agency using Marky, this is just the second of many features that we're rolling out. The first being the resource types that we rolled out last month, where you can really start customizing your Marky workspace and offering it as something that's really beyond just kind of the vanilla Marky, because you've customized it for your industry.
Yeah, you can add value to your clients by making themes and content for them.
Quick question, possible?
Yeah.
If possible, for next week's Wednesday, would it be possible to do a complete over the shoulder with this feature?
So we'll be releasing a tutorial video, and that'll be the complete, here's how to use everything in this feature. That
Oh, okay, great.
I'll try to get that out soon. The demos, the weekly Wednesdays are solely meant more for new users that are new to Marky and just kind of getting started. So that's kind of the separation. So
Oh, okay,
just say
thanks.
that video. Yeah.
Got it. All right. Excellent. Excellent. Thanks. Hey, you guys have done a tremendous job with this application. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Tony.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Here.
But yeah, okay, cool.
So the next thing we want to announce is we're really excited to start launching some advanced AI features into Marky. It's been kind of hard figuring out what this is going to look like, especially because, you know, heavy image stuff or heavy video stuff has high costs associated with them. And so, so instead of raising subscription prices, you know, for everyone, we didn't want to do that. We knew we want to keep the plans as they are. We want to make Marky affordable, flexible. So we're adding a credit system to Marky, which will let you choose when you want to use these advanced features. Now, something to note is that the credit system will not in any way affect current features of Marky. You're going to get all your current, you know, ability and Marky. We're not going to, it's important to us to not like nickel and dime people for, you know, basic things like, basic AI text editing type stuff, or even post generation. We're only going to be using credits for kind of the higher end, cost prohibitive type stuff for us. And so what that will look like is, well, first off, to do this, we're actually, the first thing we're announcing is that we're launching Nano Banana Pro into Marky, and we're really excited to kind of show you the awesome stuff you can do with that. But first, some of the bookkeeping of how the credit system will work. So the credit system will be based on your current plan, and if you're and kind of like based on what you paid or are paying, and so it will be based on your subscription plan. We'll kind of show you where you can see more information about how many credits you have. But yeah, core things to note: no changes to existing workflows. All core features are free, but for some of the more advanced features, like the more advanced AI image stuff and also video gen stuff, things like that, there'll be some credits associated, and then there'll be ways to get extra credits. But yeah, that's the general overview. Did you want to add anything to that?
I think that's a good start. I know there's a lot of questions. We'll probably answer them as we go along.
Yeah. So we'll show some of what, let's see, we have in here. So to start off, we have, that's on your account, right?
I can
Facebook.
I don't know, it might be better now.
Is that just a Facebook post? I could pull it up?
No, it's here in Slack, but I can Slack it to you.
Okay.
I did see some questions about BYOK. You want to talk about that? Bring your own key.
Yeah. Well, we haven't made any decisions on bring your own key yet.
We're just not doing it at this time.
Yeah, we're just not doing it at this time. We know a lot of people have requested that. We'll consider it. We're just kind of trying to get some of this rolling to start. So there may be more updates on that in the future.
I think I'll share my screen. I got a couple other things loaded up.
All right, go for it.
I'll do my best here. You can continue to answer any questions. If
Cool.
Sweet.
Share your screen.
Yeah. All right. So first of all, should I start with Nano Banana or credit system?
You can start with the Nano Banana. Show them kind of some of the things that. So first off, how do they generate this stuff, or like how do they use these new?
Yeah. So where the new generation was released, and there's a bunch of, here's some examples. I'll show you a lot more. Is through our custom generator, and so now you can go here, and there's a new option that you will see in your account as of like 10 minutes ago, where you, next to the options that were there before for media types, you can now do AI image. And what's really cool about Marky's version of this is we've integrated a lot of things that I don't think you really get out of the box with using it through Gemini. Oh, okay, you're not seeing my screen. Thank you for telling me.
Do other people? I see your screen.
You see it?
Yeah.
Um,
Does anyone else see Joe's screen?
I see it here.
Okay.
okay. I'll mute myself.
Okay.
Okay. So you can see, sorry about that, Matthew. But you can see that you can still choose your palette, which is pretty cool. So, you know, you have all your brand palettes here and it will use that when generating the posts. And you will also see, so actually as an example, I think this is the palette that was used to generate these posts. And you can see how all of these are generated on brand with that palette. The next thing you can see is that it uses your logo, and it also uses the images in your library. So if you have images in your library, which I'll show you next with images from your library, it will actually use those. So when generating the posts. So back to this, you can now choose AI image. And you can also choose an aspect ratio. So you can choose, you know, Instagram or like kind of TikTok type photos as well.
Now, one thing to note, because this is AI image gen, these photos, these are photo based. So they're not, you can use the AI edit to edit these images, but they're not design editable, which is the one like downside of AI gen images, but there's also a lot of upsides.
Yeah, totally. And so, yeah, thanks for that, E. So you can see here where you can see Nano Banana and then Banana Pro as your two options. As you can see, Banana Pro is costs more credits. And so you can just generate here, and I'll save the time, not do it. But you know, Pro does take about 2 to 4 times longer. So just remember that as well. Obviously, hopefully that gets faster and stuff as time goes on. But yeah, we're really excited to release that product because that was just released a couple weeks ago to the public.
Do you want to show what they can expect
Yeah.
out of this kind of feature as they use it?
Totally. So let me pull up Marky and just kind of show some examples. Something that we're really impressed with both models is its adherence to kind of the inputs. So one of the things that we kind of pride ourselves in Marky is helping you create an authentic presence online. And so one of the ways we kind of bake that into the image generation is that if it's going to represent people, places, or things, like your product, it's not going to try to hallucinate those things. It's only going to do that if it has a photo from your library to integrate.
Yeah. And some other notes, something that kind of sets us apart from other things is that, yeah, you can tell right here, it already has the Marky logo. That's for our own account. And then it also is using an image from our image database.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then it's pulling in information that like quote is from our testimonial, like a testimonial file in our library. So it's being able to pull all this type of content, and then that color palette is the color palette that we selected when we wanted to generate. So kind of focusing on how can we use this AI image generation type stuff that you could use, you know, in a chat type interface, but you lose a lot of that context, right? Or else you have to like restate it every time you want to generate something. So like, how can we take advantage of the context that Marky provides for your business, and then use that to create super on-brand, you know, good-looking posts? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, thanks. And like Eli said, as you can see, nothing is editable in the kind of Canva type editor that you would expect, or that you saw before with photos, because this is a photo, right? It's a rasterized photo. However, that's why we're kind of released this AI edit feature in preparation for this.
We're taking this, a note of that, we're taking this out of beta. It was in a limited free beta type thing. We're taking it out of beta. It's fully released now. And then with that, you can choose the model, but it will cost credits kind of going forward. So that's the only thing that, yeah.
This editor panel was in free beta before. So yeah, I can change anything about this, and you've probably used this, but like, let's change the pink to what do you think, white or yellow? Okay.
Well,
and then you can use this enhanced prompt if you haven't used that before. Something that's nice about enhanced prompt is it actually looks at the photo to enhance your prompt. So in this case, it actually even says, you know, this includes a circular badge with the height. So that's pretty cool, is it looked at the image to do that. You can choose the model here. You can choose the aspect ratio. So let's go ahead and apply that. We will be iterating on this editor as well. Something I'm excited to get out is a smudge capability. So like if I didn't like her face or something, I could smudge that out and specifically say, you know, change the face. And so you can have that ability. Okay, so this is going to take a minute, so I'm just going to move on. Okay, there we go. So yeah, it's almost, I mean, to me, I know some people might like the, you know, ability to drag and drop stuff. I get that, I do, and that's why we will support both. But I think it's pretty cool to just be able to, out of a prompt, edit these things. So I'm gonna close that.
Oh, do you have the Slack
Yeah.
examples?
So let me just show you a few more examples of kind of things that we're generating with Pro. So
yeah, if you haven't tried the new Nano Banana Pro that they released fairly recently, a couple weeks ago, it's pretty, for me as a designer, I was always hesitant with getting AI image stuff, especially with the previous model, because, you know, sometimes words would be spelt wrong or things just wouldn't look quite right. The newest model is actually really impressive with what it can do. These are some heavy kind of content graphics, infographics, but they kind of show yeah, some of the power that the new models have.
Yeah, where I'm finding it really cool is it can create super complicated infographics and comic strips and stuff, which, you know, we want to help people provide a useful, you know, you don't want to just be marketing your company all the time. Oftentimes you want, well, you want your content to be shareable, right? And people, what kind of content do people share? Well, people share stuff that's like interesting and, you know, informative to them. So I was doing a demo for a automotive company, and, you know, I was like, hey, don't your customers want to see kind of like, maybe they're interested in how different engines work, right? So this was just an example that maybe an automotive company would want to, instead of always just posting about their cars, maybe they would want to post a cool infographic that their, you know, gearheads that follow them would be like, oh, this is really cool, share it with their friends, that kind of stuff. So I think it's pretty useful for marketing stuff. And here's another example. Again, you know, useful information, interesting information is shareable and great to post on socials. So here's an example of a dentist company, and they're just kind of telling people about the problem with plaque and stuff like that. So yeah, I think it's really useful for these kind of more intricate posts.
Yeah. And you get more design flexibility, obviously, with there's only so much you can do with a design editor type interface, especially when you start getting into effects and things like that, something that you would kind of need Photoshop for. So this kind of lets you have a little bit more design freedom on how your posts look using this.
And the adherence to the logo and stuff is
really pulling in your logo and your information. Yeah.
So you want to talk about credits?
Yeah. So now here, you want to, I can use your account.
Sure. I did want to, yeah, go ahead. Go.
So with this release, there'll be credits, and right now, the only thing that we're charging for is the AI image stuff, or charging credits for is AI image related, like generating with this. It'll cost 1 credit to do just the basic Nano Banana, and then if you want the Pro version, it'll be 4 credits per post or per an image that it's generating. In the future, we also want to release AI videos, which we're excited to put that in here as well. That will be another thing that will cost credits. But again, for the vast majority of the features in Marky, we're not going to be charging credits. We just kind of want to keep it minimal. But if you go to your account, you'll be able to see your credit balance. So here you can see your balance. You can get a little bit more information about credits here. You can also view your history of what's been charging credits, or when you get new credits and stuff like that. So some helpful things to kind of just.
Can I show that a little bit more? Yeah, we think visibility is really important, so you can actually see like exactly what model was called, when, by who, for what workspace. And then you can actually see under charts the same information, but you can see if you're an organization, which workspaces are costing the most credits and stuff like that. And you can also see your credits over time. And so you can see for each transaction that happened, how that affected your credit pool.
Yeah. And then for those of you with organizations, you'll be able to, in your workspace settings, So if you're an admin, you can see this area, which is credit usage. So if you have like a tier with the organization type feature, you will be able to limit how many credits each workspace has access to per month, and you can set like, yeah, you can see the credit usage per workspace and stuff like that. In terms of how we're rolling this out, we're basically giving you credits based on how much you've paid. And so if you're an AppSumo, we're doing a bonus kickstart, one-time crediting to your account, a certain amount of credits based off your plan. We'll be sending an email with more details about what that looks like and how many you'll get soon. And so you'll be able to see that. And then there also will be ways to purchase more credits, things like that. We'll send more information in email form, kind of clarifying all the nitty gritty of that kind of stuff there. But yeah, that's the new AI image gen feature in Marky, and how you can see your credits and templates. So this is the time of office hours that we open up to any questions you might have. I'm happy to answer them.
Michael?
Oh, hey, good morning, guys. So with the posting, I was using the AI image stuff, but I wasn't doing it from start. I've noticed for some time now, when I generate 10 posts, I would say 4 of the posts use the same exact image every single time. So with this new AI edit, what I've been doing is I just go into the same photo and I'll say, make it with a beautiful sunset. Then I see this photo and I go, wow, this is a great photo. It did a great job. And I schedule it to post, but the photo doesn't get saved to my gallery. So I was thinking, wouldn't it be great if we just, every time it generates a new photo for you in the AI, it gets put in your galleries to reuse again? Because I'd rather use the one it generated than the one it had before.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah. Yeah, we'll add probably a way to save a photo to your library if you like it. Thanks for that feedback. That's helpful.
Great, thanks.
Cool. Any other questions? Let's see here.
James?
James.
So I've been having an issue that Marky is putting up multiple posts on the same day. And I've gone in and corrected it, and it's still doing that. And I don't know why.
Do you want to send your email in the chat and we can look into your account, see if maybe something's misconfigured?
Yeah, the best for issues like that, reaching out to support is a great way to, they're super responsive and can kind of help troubleshoot why that might be happening on your account. It's a little chat bubble in the bottom right in Marky. So that's why I would recommend to fix that issue.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Any other questions? Yes.
Yeah, you can say it. Just kidding. People call me Jesus, Jose. So one of the things that I've noticed is I used to be able to upload fonts, but now that feature seems like it's been disabled. I mean, the button's still there, but we're not able to upload fonts. And the times that I did upload some fonts, they would show up really skewed, and like it just you wouldn't know which font you actually selected as a primary font or your title font. So I'm just wondering if that's been resolved or.
I was working on that a couple of days ago, but didn't get it finished. I'll be working on that soon. It should be fixed soon. Yeah, we know about it. We're working on fixing it. Thanks for bringing it up.
So I'm curious, put in the chat if you are more excited about templates or AI image gen, or you think, yeah, you'll be using. I'm curious
Which one you'll be using more?
which one you'll be using more, yeah. Because we always talk about, yeah, do you think people will, the trade-off, right, is with templates, you are able to have a lot more control, versus the AI image gen, you're able to have a lot more expressivity. So we talk about that.
Yeah,
We're like,
creative-
you think which
creative
one's
in
more
there.
important?
Yeah, well, it looks like
Yeah,
pretty
pretty split in
creative
that.
in here.
We've talked about like, should we only do one or the other? And it's like, well, maybe some people want templates.
Yeah, we are exploring also. There's kind of this, they're kind of on different sides, and we're exploring ways that we can meet in the middle, and have the freedom and the quickness of editing an AI image, but the control that you get with templates and what that looks like. So kind of the brush effect, you can brush parts and say, change this, but even probably going from an AI image and then making it into a template or design. I'm just kind of rattling here, but yeah, we are exploring that space between the two.
And also coming from the other direction, something we plan to do is allow you to define an AI theme, which is basically just a prompt for your theme that kind of behaves like a template or a theme, but with the AI image generator. So, you can write like a 2-page document about,
Well, or have the AI write.
Yeah, exactly.
2-page
you
document.
could upload a bunch of images of your favorite, influencer and say, hey, write a document that explains like exactly the design elements of this theme. And then you can reference that whenever you're using the AI image generator.
Yeah,
get
so to
consistent
ground that, you
results.
could say, do like in this theme, I want all images with rounded borders. I want, little ticket type graphics on it. I want these little, maybe it's like ships. I want little ship icons. This is what this theme looks like, and just describe it. And then now whenever you generate, you can generate with that AI theme to kind of give them some cohesiveness between each one.
Yeah.
Awesome. Gradient options to shapes. I think you should be able to.
Really? Not at this time, or at least
Or
not
the
dynamically.
Oh yeah, we did. Yeah, I'm not sure about that at the moment.
Yeah, maybe you could statically, but not like where the AI fills in the gradient.
Oh yeah. You can upload an image, of course, that has a gradient, but it's a little bit different. Okay, yeah, Bruno. Yeah, let's see.
Oh no. But you read it.
I read parts of it. It was kind of long, so I didn't get through all of it. But let's see. It's how to kind of apply edits to one. If you make edits to a design, how to then apply those edits to the other versions of the. Yeah, for the other versions.
I think you'd have to make the edit to the global version, and then you can propagate it.
Yeah, so if you make an edit to the global version, like the first version that is there, the one with the little globe, make all the edits you want first, and then you can resize for platform. That's how you kind of propagate those edits that you make. You only make them once, and then it repeats them. If you've made overrides, then you're not going to inherit the global version. So I'd say make the edits to the global version before you kind of create separate overrides and individualize it. Make it once, and then you can just kind of do the final touches to resize or adjust how you want for each platform afterwards.
So editing templates is not that's not enabled for white label accounts, right?
No, I
I
don't
don't
think
think so,
so.
yeah.
Unless maybe advanced. Do we have maybe advanced white label would have access?
At least at this point, there's no white label access for editing templates.
Okay. Yeah, if advanced white label like editing, you want that feature, you can reach out to us and we can talk about it.
But they can generate AI images.
Yeah, they can use AI images, and they can use the which is also if you're
Is tier 3 Absolute tier 3? Is that a white label? I'm trying to figure out what version I have here compared to what you're talking about.
Yeah, you can create white label accounts in tier 3, I'm pretty sure. Right?
Yeah,
no,
but that's just
you
standard,
can.
standard white label, I think.
Yeah.
But mostly, I mean, creating templates will mostly be something that the owner of the accounts will do, at least at the moment.
Yeah. Okay, sweet. Yeah, it seems like maybe you need some help with connecting a
Yeah,
links in the
again,
account?
I'd say with bugs, any bugs you're facing, please reach out to support. They can just help you a lot better than we can, on a call here. So and we can kind of continue help troubleshoot with that there. Yes. All right. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining. We'll look forward to seeing you next month. Until then, have great holidays and Merry Christmas.
Yeah. See ya.
Take care.
Hey, James, you're not with Marky, right? Have you ever been to one of these? Do you know if they usually start on time or?